Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Ankyros Prime. As with all Prime weapons, you get the Ankyros Prime by combining all of its parts that you can either get by trading for them with other players or by opening relics yourself. But since relics are rotated in and out quite frequently, I will leave a link to the official Wikipedia page for the Ankyros Prime so you can check it out if you want to get it to see which relics you want to go for or if they're even available at the time of you watching. The Ankyros Prime are a pair of Mastery Rank 8 fist weapons that are really fast. They have awesome crit stats, decent enough status stats to go for a hybrid setup, and they do primarily impact damage with decent damage per hit as well. Their only downside is they're so much on range of only 1.25. These things used to be absolute hot garbage, actually one of the worst weapons in the entire game. Their base damage used to be somewhere around 30, but they've been buffed quite a bit, so the stats are actually not too bad nowadays. As far as the build is concerned, you're not actually going to be investing all that much into them because they come with 2V polarities as standard, which is really good for a melee weapon, so you can play around with them without investing any forma. I personally like to run a straight up hybrid with corrosive and heat and then blood rush for the crit chance, which is more than enough to do almost entirely red crits. And I like to run primed pressure point because I like the upfront damage of it, but you can easily run condition overload here if you don't mind hitting the enemy a couple of times before you're doing full damage. This setup is really strong because thanks to Blood Rush, at 12 times combo you're going to be doing red crits almost exclusively with only an occasional orange crit here and there, and that works really well with that above average 2.4 times crit multiplier. The main issues here are, number one, the damage distribution is not great. Doing primarily impact is pretty bad even if you're stripping the enemy armor with corrosive and heat, or shattering impact if you decide to go that way instead. And number two, the range is just really short. 1.25 is criminally short, and it's not being helped by the stances one a little bit, because all the stances really for the fist weapons are focused more on single target. So even if you put on primed reach to increase the range, it's not really gonna increase your coverage, because for the most part you're still gonna be doing single target combos. I think that's the main reason why the usage of this weapon is as low as it is, which can be seen in the Riven disposition, which has always been high. People just don't use this weapon because it doesn't feel all that great. Yes, it has damage, but that's about it. So while it is a significant upgrade over the standard Ankyros, and I did recommend the Ankyros if you were lacking single target damage early on in the game, I really don't know if I should recommend the Ankyros Prime because it has damage. That's it. There's nothing else. It's just damage. And even then, it's single target for the most part, and it's primarily impact. So it's not like the damage is overwhelmingly good either. Like if you want a good fist weapon, get the Tekko or the Tekko Prime instead. They're just strictly better. They don't have as much attack speed, but they do primarily slash and they have better crit. And that is pretty much it. So I thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and I will see you some other time. Bye bye.